Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope your week's starting off well. First off, I want to say thank you all for all of your feedback, your input on my last upload about Super Bowl 58. I really enjoy and appreciate hearing all your different opinions. So hopefully you'll enjoy and appreciate hearing my opinion on this. I don't know what I titled that last one. This one might be titled something along the lines of, here's one reason Super Bowl 58 was rigged. I could probably, after really looking through a lot of different things I've seen and a video I've seen, I could do several of these. I really could. I might not, but I could do several of these, okay? But this is just one reason, right? And put this out there. I don't have any money on the game. I didn't lose any money. Mostly I don't really follow one NFL team above all others. I'm not a fanboy of any particular team. I do have a soft spot for the Raiders, but I know they're pretty garbage. And if the Raiders somehow made it to the Super Bowl, I'd be the first one saying that shit is rigged. So I'd be out there because they just don't have the kind of team they could get to the Super Bowl. I like their new coach, though. I'm going to put this out there. And this is not me figuring this out because, honestly, I forget the commenter who's been going to a lot of different Super Bowl YouTube uploads and leaving this same comment, speaking some truth. And I found a post here on X, formerly known as Twitter. All right. Now, you see here on a 4th and 1, well, Solomon Sharpie said this, 4th and 1, get the stop with the Super Bowl. Why are the safeties 15 yards deep? Steve Wilks calling prevent defense on 4th and 1? So prevent defense is not what you call here. I don't know a ton about football or running a team or coaching a team, but I would not run this play. And I'm just some random guy. I don't have a top paying job as a coordinator of one of these Super Bowl teams, but this would be the last thing I would run. If I was running this defense, I would be trying to help the other team. I would be in the process of trying to help the other team. Why are they that deep? They're 15 yards deep. That makes no sense. And as I get into the comments here, some people try to defend this in the comment. They say, the safeties are deep because if there's a broken play at scrimmage and the runner gets away, who's going to stop him? Safeties. Trivia wire safeties called safeties. Haha, I played safety. Thank you. By your logic, the safety should have been even farther back. Put him in the end zone, just in case. It is plainly dumb defense at a huge moment. See if you can find another play anywhere in NFL history with a big 4th and 1 and safeties playing that deep. You won't. And the 4th and 1 is not even in Chiefs territory. It was right there between the 30 and the 40, 35. Why would you call that right there? It makes no sense. Oh, it does make sense if you listen to Michael Worth, whose opinion I agree with, because the game is rigged. Stop watching a few years back. I'd rather listen to some good music and enjoy a cold beer or play some video games or, watch some actual entertainment, maybe even some sports entertainment from WWE, because then you'd actually not have the stress of trying to figure out, scratch your head, are these games rigged, right? Jeff Ocarina, he has got to get rid of Wilks this offseason. Yeah, he does. He needs to get rid of Wilks this offseason for the next comment. From Steve. It's appropriate. His name is Steve also. Coach Steve got paid big money to lose this game for the Niners. Come on. You got 3 players 15 yards away on 4th and 1? What the fuck were you thinking? Reminds me of that catchphrase from Angry Video Game Nerd. What were they thinking? It makes no sense. If you have a brain, was he drinking? Was he under the influence of something? It makes no sense. And if you look at things like this that make no sense, you also have to lead yourself to other points in the Super Bowl that make no sense. And I'm at a loss because I was working. I'm one of the few people that actually had to work. A lot of people were smart enough to get the Super Bowl off, but I'm actually glad that I because I made money. I'm glad that I didn't watch the Super Bowl, because I'd be scratching my head too looking at the Super Bowl. I would come to these conclusions probably even more than I am now. On that last drive, I can't verify, but some people that watched the game were saying that they stopped the clock even when there weren't timeouts. Some people are saying that they turned some of Mahomes' second downs into first downs. I cannot verify that. I know there's a lot of people that are really skilled and talented that are able to change the graphics and upload that video and everything, pointing that out. I can't verify any of that. I can tell you, I saw Mahomes running like a gazelle, scrambling like a gazelle. And it's not that the 49ers defense weren't in places to stop him. At one point, I saw a 49ers defensive player not running beside of him, maybe cheering him on to go, but he clearly didn't even try to tackle the guy. He didn't even leap for him, didn't do nothing. It's like he missed his spot where he was supposed to, maybe he overran and got too close to him, is what I'm saying. So then it brings you all to ask, well, if it's rigged, who's in on it? I don't know. Maybe Steve Wilkes was one of the players, well, not players, one of the coordinators in on it, because you do not run that play right there unless you're trying to help the other team get some yards. That is what you run during Hail Mary or something like that. I mean, it's 4th and 1. It is 4th and 1. And it's not like, I just don't know. Other things. Maybe I'll not have any more uploads on this, because this might anger a lot of you that actually thought, not even Chiefs fan. I'm not saying it's just going to be Chiefs fan coming here angry at this. Some of you that think that every single one of these games is pure and clear and no money's involved, no betting's involved, no referees are involved in these riggings on the big stage. Two more things. Number one, the Taylor Swift factor. It is a thing. It is a thing. There are people that came to me and said, Rick, you know what? I didn't even maybe think in the past Super Bowls are rigged. But if the Chiefs win this one, and it's a huge comeback win at the very end of the game, and at the end you see Kelsey and Taylor Swift hugging and kissing, and on social media you see that shared more than the plays in the game, and you kind of see the NFL, they're rubbing their greedy mitts together, and they know that they're making a ton more money by having the Swifties come aboard to the product. This would be the equivalent if you have a situation to where a YouTuber was going to get a shout out or bring someone else from another channel over to their channel. Cha-ching, cha-ching, you're bringing a lot of that audience over to you also. You're making a ton of money. And at the end of the day, guess what? Money, what's that rap song? Money rules everything around me. I forget that rap song. But money's a very important thing. It's a very important thing. A lot of you would agree. Money is a big deal. And there's a lot of money in football, specifically the Super Bowl and the betting. But outside the Taylor Swift factor and, the clear initiative of the NFL to make sure that Taylor Swift continues to be a big part, all of her sway in the NFL product. There's a reason half the stories around the Super Bowl had to do not with the players on the field and the coaches and the outcome, what it might be, but will Taylor Swift make it to the Super Bowl? Drama! Will Taylor Swift make it? Will she have time? She made it to the Super Bowl, thankfully. She did, But two other things. The kicker that, what was it, an extra point or a field goal? I think it was an extra point. He had a blocked extra point after, I don't think that ever happened to him before in the regular season. And maybe my numbers are off here, but it seemed like he had 68 extra points, in a row. No missed extra points. He had 68 of them. He even made a record for, I think, that was broken later in this game, of a 55-yard field goal. So the same guy in the same game that kicks a 55-yarder is going to miss an extra point and get it blocked on the biggest stage of them all? Really? Really? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And McCaffrey, just fumbling the football was on the first drive. That don't sound right, but okay, maybe that could happen. Tell you what's really weird, though, the numbers. The number 3. This is Mahomes' third Super Bowl win, third MVP. Well, my video recorder just kind of went out because it had a limiter, but I'll just kind of rerun that in the background. Sorry. His third Super Bowl win, third MVP. He got, I believe, 333 passing yards. Interesting, right? And you can take me to task. This is just things I've read because I didn't get to see the game. You can take me to task if any of this is wrong, right? Third MVP, third Super Bowl win. Third, I lost my spot here. On the 3-yard line, I think. He had 333 passing yards on the 3rd-yard line is when he made that pass. And by the way, it looked quite easy when he got in the end zone. You could say, Mahomes is great. He made it look easy. If he was making it look so easy in the second half, what happened to Mahomes in the first half? Did he forget how to play football? I mean, I don't think the defense was that good. He just forgot how to play football, or he was sandbagging, or he was playing possum. I don't know. But in these games, big games, they tend to have these big, large drives at the end. Oh, they got that Mahomes magic. Wasn't nobody guarding. Wasn't nobody covering that guy he passed to. So again, like, on the defense, it's not just Wilkes, but maybe some of the players. Maybe some players are on the take. I don't know. You put it on me to try to explain things, and that's not what we're doing here. I'm just telling you what I see, and I'm asking questions about what I see and what doesn't make sense. All the threes at the end of the game. I even brought up the last 3 Super Bowls. The last 3, only a margin of 3 points. Mahomes, 333 passing yards, passing on the 3-yard line. The third Super Bowl victory, third MVP. There's probably 10 or 15 more instances of that with the numbers, man. But it doesn't matter what I say. It really doesn't. I could look through the internet. I could find all these different other things. Verified, unverified, what have you. I could spend the whole week spoon-feeding all of you that still think the Super Bowl is 100% real. All of it's 100% real. No one's involved. No one's dirty. And you would still call me out because you love football. You love the NFL. I get it, man. I do. It seems like every year or so we have the same conversation. Some of you agree, you nod your heads. Even now with the Taylor Swift Bowl, like I said, with all the initiative put forth, her and Kelsey at the end winning just like a storybook ending. Love is a story, just say yes, I don't know. I'm just telling you, there's people that told me, Rick, I will give you straight up $100 if the 49ers win. Ain't no damn fucking way you are going to see the Swifties and Taylor Swift sad at the end of that game. They will make sure in whatever way that they got to that the Chiefs are going to win that game. And also add to this, it's not like the Chiefs look like world beaters this season, did they? I mean, I think Mahomes had his lowest numbers ever, only had 17 passing touchdowns. He didn't seem like the same Mahomes this year. And that's one thing I point out, like, a lot of things just don't make sense. Like what I started out with here. Why are the safeties playing that deep? Why are tacklers just magically missing Mahomes? He's not the greatest scrambler of all time. He's not the greatest runner of all time, but you know what? The NFL, if they wanted to, they can make it that way. They can make sure to make it that way. I tell you, this is going to be an editing mess, but I'm adding to this. I'm adding to this because I don't got time. I got other things doing on the channel. I'm just going to wrap this up in a nice little bow here. There's a comment I 100% agree with. Although Adrian doesn't go into what I went into about, Wilkes possibly being pressured or paid off to actually throw this game. Okay, so this upload is basically asking, are they scapegoating Wilkes? Okay, Adrian Vega says, absolutely, Wilkes is to be blamed. In the first half, Kelsey had one catch for 4 yards. Everyone knows Kelsey is Mahomes' favorite target, so your top priority as a defensive coordinator should be to stop Kelsey. Mahomes was under major pressure in the first half and scored 0 points because the 49ers doubled and pressured Kelsey. For some crazy reason, Wilks decided to completely get away from this in the second half, which allowed Kelsey to catch 8 passes for over 75 yards. Why? Because it's rigged. This video does not lie. The entire second half, the 49ers were about 8 yards back, allowing Kelsey free range to do his thing. It's 1,000,000% Wilks' fault. And then somebody responded about, what about all the stall drives in third quarter by the Niners offense? They held KC under 20 and forced. No, the reason is zeroing in on Wilks and that defense. I mean, you keep Kelsey to 4 yards an entire half. 0 touchdowns by the man Mahomes, my homeboy, the man, as Shannon Sharp would say. You make him look normal, basically, when you take away his favorite target, Kelsey. So the defense basically had a great game plan. Why go away from that defense? It makes no sense. It's like if you're on a date, you look dressed to the nines, you got everything on point, everything's going well. She goes to the bathroom for a powder or whatever. You're feeling yourself and everything. And you change up your voice, and she comes back and you're like, "Hey, lovely lady, how are you doing? Here's my impersonation of, what's that motherfucker from the Flabbergaster, the Flub? Big comedian from like the 50s or 60s. I don't know where I'm going with this. But, you act like a buffoon. You mess up your hair a little bit, you start asking her weird questions. It makes no sense. You were in them panties. You were going to take her home. Why would you change the fucking game plan? It makes no sense. So anybody saying that this is complete and legit and real, come on, please, I'm begging y'all, please wake the fuck up. Please, I'm begging you. I'm on my hands and knees begging all of you. Just look at this right here. It makes no sense to change up that game plan. So why did Wilks change up the game plan after that half? Mahomes with his miraculous Mahomes comeback. Come on, please wake up. Please. Please, I'm shaking you. I'm shaking you. I'm yelling in your ears. Come out of your deep sleep. True NFL believers and true NFL fans, wake up. Hell, start watching just college football or something. Did I bring up the scores in college football? Did I? I don't even know if I brought that up, but yes, one way I add to this. If you look at the college scores in those championship games, they're straight gigantic blowouts. The next year, the next Super Bowl, do you really see a gigantic blowout? Do you see that happening? Or do you see like another 3-point victory, another miraculous comeback, another low-scoring game until the end where it gets more exciting or whatever? But I feel like a heel. I do. Part of me is sad that I have to do this. But when I figured this out, I just said to myself, you know what? I can still enjoy it at levels, even though that I know probably near the end of the Super Bowl things are going to be one way or the other. I can just enjoy it and try to suss out what's real and what's fake. And when it actually becomes completely fake, then I can call it out. But I can sit down and think, okay, just like I'm watching a WrestleMania match, who do they want to go over? Okay, who's probably going to go over? And I'll take guesses on who they're going to put over. You know, there's even another thing. The injuries that some people bring up. How Greenlaw was injured, but it was like on the sidelines or some shit like that. Just walking, he was injured. And there's all kind of conspiracy theories out there. There's some people saying that he found out it was rigged and he didn't want no part of it or something like that. I don't know. You're going to ask me the tough questions. My answer to you is, I don't know everything, but I do know this. There is no way, no fucking way he's running prevent defense unless he's trying to throw the game. And then all that's left is trying to figure out the reasons why he wanted to throw the game. And some of the players chose not to try to tackle Mahomes. I don't have all the answers, but I do know this. This Super Bowl was not 100% played and clean. It was dirty. It was dirty, all right? Take care, everybody. And as always, thank you for listening. Even if you don't agree with me, I really appreciate you tuning in and listening. Take care.